Okay, it's morning and took my walk and feeling good. So, okay, where am I right now? I'm having spiritual experiences in the bathroom. Yay! My God! Okay, I'm not going to go into all of that right yet because I ain't ready. But, so I just wrote my practitioner and said, I'm probably a classic example how not to work GNM, and it worked in spite of me. But, because I am the kind of person that completely overanalyzes everything. And when you've been neurotic and in basically the sympathetic uh, system your entire life since womb, you're constantly looking for danger, constantly. It's This is the way my brain is wired. And in the last few days, I just made a declaration of independence. I can see the futility in overanalyzing, and I just really don't want to do it anymore. Okay, so my arm has lymphedema. It's big, not huge, thank God. And so what? The thing is, what I notice is when I focus on my arm, and I'm approaching it from the sympathetic, which is neuroses, it gets bigger, and it hurts. And then I freak out because it's getting bigger and it hurts. So it gets bigger and harder and hurts more. And it is truly amazing how that works. And so when I don't look at it, I don't think about it, and just like, I don't care. Just, I'm done. It's getting better. So that arm will follow my emotions. And this bullshit of lymphedema not being curable is absolute crap. It is. So, okay, in German New Medicine, it's for me, it's in relation to the kidney tubules, and it has to do with existence, perhaps water. And the only thing I can think of is when Mom basically participated in my near drowning experience when I was probably 8, really young. And then I had another one when I was even younger where this kid nearly drowned me. I don't know. I just know that the swelling has to do with water. And it's entirely possible that this arm tracks back to those experiences. But when my subconscious is ready to release that information, I'll get it. And in the meantime, I'm not going to sweat it. That's pretty cool. So on my walk this morning, walking along, trying to just walking along the dog, and suddenly I started thinking about our house and how I'm still pissed off after 7 years that we bought a house. It's twice the size of our old house, but the part I live in, which is the upstairs of a split level, is smaller than our old house. I had to give up a lot of furniture that I was very attached to from when the kids were little, and it was hell. It was horrible. Did I have a shock conflict around that? No. So that didn't, I don't have to worry about that creating disease and stuff. But it was fascinating to me that anger is still in there and wants to be addressed because it popped up. So I'll address it. And then you got to kind of look at when you have some kind of program running in your subconscious, which could be ALS, it could be cancer, it could be anything. There's a program running, and I have several. This is why I envy people with breast cancer. Frankly, So before I run away from those emotions, which you should never really do, because they're just going to follow you and break down your system eventually. Doesn't mean you're going to end up with disease, but you know, you want to live healthy and happy. So I have to look at that anger, and there's a lot involved in that. There is the loss of my furniture, the loss of the connection to my young children with the furniture. There's a shitload of stuff in there, and so my programs. How does that relate to my cancer programs? I'm not sure that it does, but the bones is a general devaluation of the self. My neck is intellect. The mid back is the mutilation from the double mastectomy, and the lower back was career interrupted. Absolutely, it was that. So I know what those programs are. And then the bones themselves is the deepest devaluation of the self you can have. I think the superficial one is the muscles, and then the blood, the veins and blood, and then the bones. But don't quote me, I'm not a practitioner. So you don't want to devaluate yourself to the point of giving yourself bone cancer. And you can't without some kind of shock, conflict. That's an ironclad rule of cancer. Ironclad rule, probably of all disease. You had to have been blindsided with some kind of shock. And I was blindsided when they told me I had breast cancer. So and because my reaction was I was a failure, it went to my bones. Most people's reaction is either, oh my God, I'm going to die, which is lung cancer. Don't even call it that. It's just a program in the lungs. Okay, so the two leading, what they call metastasis, first of all, they've never proven it, so there is no such thing. Cancer does not travel from one place to another. It just doesn't. They've never proven it. I pinned my doctor to the wall, questioning her about it. She started mumbling in nonsensical language, and then finally said, look, all the research goes to breast cancer, okay? Like, what the fuck kind of answer is that? You're not answering my question. I don't have breasts anymore. They went to heaven. I have it in my back. So they get really angry with you if you try to pin them down because they have no answers. They don't know, and they never will. Okay, where was I? That makes me angry. So two leading causes, the two leading secondary cancers, and they're not secondary, but okay, the two leading mets are, guess what? Lungs and bones. So you're either going to react like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And your body goes to work, your subconscious goes to work, which is your body, and it says, okay, we got to heal something in the lung. And sure enough, you'll get a tumor there. And the bones is, oh my God, I fell. So that was me. Mine went to my bones, and it made perfect sense. According to my entire life history, that makes perfect sense. So I think that's it. But yeah, all that's really fascinating. So now what I do is, I've declared independence from neuroses. So far, it's going pretty good. But when these thoughts arise from my subconscious, and I'm finding myself getting angry about, why did we buy a house that's twice as big but smaller? That's an indication that my subconscious is ready for me to go, you just have a little look at it. It doesn't mean I got to sit there and analyze it to death. I just get the understanding that, okay, it's there. How does this relate to my bones? How does it relate to my programs? Does it relate? Because it could be a track that could cause it to go back into conflict, and I don't want that to happen. So there's my work today, is just to take a further look at that and then let it go. You don't, when you have bad feelings come up, you don't fight them, and that's normal for us to do. It's extremely difficult not to. You don't resist them because the pain is in the resistance. So you just look at it and I don't want to say deal with it, but here's how I'm dealing with mine now. They arise, I look at them and go, wow, look at that. I'm really pissed off. And then I sort of piece it out and go, okay, furniture, young children, all that. I got that. Okay, so how does that relate to my programs that Western medicine calls cancer? And if I can hook it up, make the connection, when I hook it up and make the connection to the devaluation of the self, all of that, it goes away and it never comes back. I don't have to deal with it anymore. Ain't that cool? So that's what I'm looking at now. And when I get it, I don't think it's imminent. When I get it, maybe I'll come back and talk about it. I don't know. But right now, the purpose of these videos is to make it a lot easier for me when I actually sit down to write another book. Because there has been so much that has happened in the last 5 years, and especially since I found German New Medicine it's been maybe 18 months ago, when they said, oh, you're stage 4. Don't listen to stages. It's just not worth it. So that's the purpose of these videos. So that's it for now. I might make another one in a little while, but I'm going to head and upload this to YouTube. Probably not my Facebook page, because it's just going to be nonsensical to everybody. But it's been a great ride, and I discovered audio last night that is truly blowing my mind on quantum physics and the mind, and how it is that they have discovered the quantum field, or the morphic field, or whatever you want to call it, the energy field that's around us all the time, the collective consciousness. Some of you may know that one. And it kind of makes the most sense to me when I refer it to the collective consciousness. But anyway, they've broken it down into quantum physics. They've, molecules, all this stuff, that all of our thinking, our memories, this was really wild. Our memories are not inside our brain. They're not in our body. They're in the field around us. I really like that. And so that field is accessible to us all the time. All the knowledge in the world is in it. All you got to do is learn how to tap into it. So, and I do it all the time, but I do it without intention. I do it through working German New Medicine, and it's just really working on the belief system that has not served me for a long time. Okay, so that's it for now. More later.